To be with all of you tonight. I want to thank our hosts for this amazing evening. Meeta Mataji,
Haribol!
Pulin Prabhu, Hoshi Prabhu running around, Kushali Mataji, and yet unnamed amazing Vaishnava is about to join us very shortly. Haribol!
Haribol!
And so thank you for inviting us into this beautiful home. It's a wonderful evening. I hope you can hear. You can hear back there? Very good. Hare Krishna. I was requested to talk a little bit about spiritual life, the importance of it, and maybe how to balance our life. We don't have time for spirituality, most of us. But at the same time, we have a sense that we want it. It's something that is missing in our life. We live in a world, just hear the sounds on the street. Constant movement, constant stimulation, constant connection, reconnection, constant noise. And yet beneath all this noise, inside our heart is a gentle knocking. It's a quiet feeling that there must be something more to life than just the eating, sleeping, working, entertainment cycle. There has to be more. What else are we doing? Eating. And the eating, we refine it more and more. We go for nice restaurants. We just want better and better eating. But that's all about there is. Sometimes people fly all the way to Dubai just to spend 4 days to eat in different restaurants. Because they want to eat something nice. They don't look at even sightseeing, they just want to eat. That's okay. Because we have convinced ourselves this is what's going to make us happy. Of course, I came to Mombasa basically just to eat. So. But if you want to eat, you don't go to other places. You come to Mombasa and you taste what is cooked by the lovely, talented Meeta Mataji. You'll know what is a foodie diet. Haribol, it's really nice. It's been cooked with joy and with love. That is real food. It's offered to Krishna with love, cooked with love. That is, if you're a connoisseur, rasika, bhui bhavaka, that is what it's about. But if you're just eating ordinary food in restaurants, and then we get tired, we sleep, and then if you can't sleep, you look at some entertainment, spend lots of money on entertainment. Either we just watch something on the screen, or we go here and there to watch some performances, just to entertain. And then, of course, how are you going to pay for it all? So you have to work. So eating, sleeping, entertainment, work cycle. Is there more to this? આપણે એવી દુનિયામાં રહી રહ્યા છે જ્યાં દોડધામ જ થઈ રહી છે સવારથી સાંજ સુધી. પૈસા ક્યાંથી કમાઈશું? ચલો પૈસા કમાવા તો આવડી ગયો આપણને, પણ પછી પૈસા આટલા ભેગા થઈને કરવાનો શું? ખાવાનું અને ત્યાં ફરવાનું. પણ દિલમાં આપણને એવું લાગે કે એક એવું આમ આભાસ થાય છે, અહેસાસ થાય છે કે કંઈક છે આનાથી વધુ, આનાથી વધારે તો કંઈક હોવું જોઈએ. There should be something more than the silly, superficial things we're running after. What is that? આજે ખાલીપણ છે, this emptiness, it's mysterious. એ છે શું? આપણને એવું લાગે છે કે why do we feel this emptiness? એનો ઉપાય શું છે? What's the solution? You cannot negotiate this solution. You cannot outsource this solution to your teams offshore, or to your servants, or to your administrative assistants. This is the thirst of the soul. આત્માની જે ઊંડી તરસ છે એ બધાના હૃદયમાં છે જ, બધાના દિલમાં છે. What is that thirst of the soul? See, we talk about this word spirituality. Adhyatmik Jivan. Adhyatmik એટલે શું? What is Adhyatma? What is spirituality? Sometimes we overuse the word spirituality. Oh yeah, I'm really into spirituality, I do this and do that. But what does it mean? Spirituality is not a trend. It's not just some kind of retreat you take once a year. Those things may be very pleasant, but it's not the essence. Spirituality is aligning the external world with the thirst of the heart. આધ્યાત્મિક જીવન એટલે શું? કે આપણે જે બહાર બધું જોઈ રહ્યા છે અને આપણા દિલમાં જે તરસ છે એ બે દુનિયાને મળાવવાનું કેવી રીતે? એનો મેલાપ ક્યાં થાય છે અને સંગમ ક્યાં થાય છે? એને કહેવાય આધ્યાત્મિક જીવન. When they come together, the external world and the internal world, that is called spiritual life. Yes, we have our identities. You're a parent, you're an engineer, you're a doctor, you're a businessman, you're a worker. Your father, your mother, your uncle, your brother, your husband, wife. These roles are important. These are duties. But behind those roles, there is an observer inside that's looking, that's watching. That's watching what? That observer is you, the spirit soul. That is what we call Atma. જે અંદરથી બેસીને જોઈ રહ્યું છે કે હું આ કામ કરું છું, આ બધું બહાર દુનિયામાં થઈ રહ્યું છે. જે અંદર બેઠું છે આત્મા છે, એ આપણે સ્વયં એ જ છીએ, આપણે શરીર નથી. આપણે બહાર જઈને શું કહીએ છીએ લોકોને? CCC Amwili, CC Niroho. We are not this body. We are the soul. That's what we're telling everybody. Whatever language, the message is the same. But what does that look like? What does spiritual life actually look like? Suppose we understand, આપણને ખ્યાલ આવી ગયો કે આપણે આત્મા છીએ. આપણી આત્માનો વિનાશ કોઈ દિવસ થતો નથી. The soul never dies. We all know that theoretically. Nobody here who has not heard that. We know it very clearly. The soul does not die. We are not this body, we are the soul. We know that. Now, once we understand that we are not the soul, then the question naturally emerges. What does the soul actually want? Because if we are not the body, and we're doing everything to make the body feel comfortable, then what does the soul want? Does the soul want body to be comfortable? Does it really care? If you're not the body, what does it matter? આપણે શરીર જ નથી તો પછી આપણે શરીરને તૃપ્તિ આપવા માટે આટલી બધી મહેનત કેમ કરી રહ્યા છે? આપણી આત્મા બીજી કઈ વસ્તુ છે? If we are something else, તો આત્માને શું જોઈએ છે? પણ આત્માને શેની ભૂખ છે? What is the soul hungry and thirsty for? The answer is given in Bhagavad Gita. What does the Gita say? That the soul is thirsty for love, connection. That's all. But loving connection with the super soul of everybody. Loving connection with the Supreme. This loving path is called Bhakti. Bhakti is what allows us to connect with the Supreme, no matter where we are at in our life. Any stage in life, Bhakti is ready for you. Bhakti is supremely independent. It's very powerful. No external circumstance can block the full flow of Bhakti. Nothing. You can say, oh, chetle marthi Bhakti nahi thati. Sawal જ નથી પેદા થતો. There's no question. ભક્તિ અને આપણી જે ભૌતિક દુનિયા છે ને કશું લાગે વર્ગે નહીં. Bhakti has nothing to do with the external circumstances. We may try to convince ourselves, I have no time. It just means I'm not interested, that's all. If you're interested, you'll make time. When someone asks, how do I balance life? How do I add, it means you're not interested. Nobody needs to. If you are interested, you never ask the question, how do I make time for it? You will make time for it. Where there's a will, there's a way. We're not worried about timing. We're not worried about scheduling. We're worried about a level of interest. Why am I not interested in? Because I don't understand enough. That is why it's important to cultivate the knowledge of bhakti. If we don't understand how great something is, we will not have enough interest. We are thirsty for it, but we don't understand what this water is. Once we understand this water, we'll dive for it. We'll jump into it. The question is not whether God exists. That's not the question. Bhagwan છે કે નથી એ સવાલ નથી. The question is God available? Is God accessible? Am I able to connect to God? ભગવાન છે કે નહીં એ સવાલ નથી. સવાલ એ છે કે આપણે ભગવાન તરફ જઈ શકીએ, ભગવાન આપણે મળી શકીએ, ભગવાન સાથે વાત કરી શકીએ. That's the question. Can we see God? Can we connect with Him? Because if God is not available, He might as well not exist. પછી એક સરખું જ થયું કે ભગવાન ના હોય કે હોય શું ફરક પડે છે? ભગવાન તરફ આપણે જઈ જ ના શકીએ તો ના હોય કે હોય સરખું જ છે. ખ્યાલ આવે? You understand that it's the same whether God is there or not there. If there's no way to connect with God, might as well not be there. This bhakti process is a very simple process where we can see God right now. I can show you God right now with your very eyes. Look up there. Yat chakshureva esha savita sakala grahanam. In Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says, Rasoham apsu kaunteya prabhasmi shashi suryayo. I am the light of the sun and the moon. Look at that. The eyes of the Lord are the sun and the moon. That's also given. So don't say that I have not seen God. That's the eye of God. Shashi at least, what is Shashi? Anybody know what the word Shashi means? You know what Shashi means? Huh? Yeah, another meaning? Shashi. Rabbit. If you look, especially on full moon, you'll see an image of a rabbit on there. That's why it's called Shashi, like sleeping rabbit. So the same word is there, Chandra, Shashi. This moon is rabbit also. Sasluk and Shashlu. Prabhasmi Shashi Suryayo. That's the word Krishna uses. I am the Shashi, light of that. So, you see, it's not that you haven't seen God. You all see God. What is the difference? The difference is we don't recognize. The difference between seeing and recognizing. Sometimes a famous person will walk through here, say somebody by the name of, I don't know, Barack Obama. If he walks through here, just wearing a regular t-shirt and jeans, he waves at everybody, just walks away. Half of us will get very excited. Oh, did you see? Did you see? And then the other people are like, oh, no, he's just an ordinary person. Why you got excited? No, that's the former president of America. Really? So, those who got excited, why they got excited? Because they recognized. You see. So the difference is not in seeing. We all saw. Difference is in recognition. When a devotee sees that moon, tears well up in his eyes. જે ભક્ત હોય એ ચંદ્ર સામે જોયે ત્યારે એના હૃદયમાંથી એટલી એમ શું કે ઇમોશન પેદા થાય કે આંખોમાં પાણી આવી જાય. Tears well up in his eyes. Why? So beautiful the moon. And Krishna says in Gita, I am the light of the sun and the moon. Krishna, you showed me your darshan today. તમે દર્શન દીધા. મંદિરમાંથી તો આપણે ઉપર જોઈએ તો ભગવાન દેખાય છે. You're not in the temple, still we look up, we see the Lord. This is not seeing, is not the point. The point is recognition. So, when we say devotees see God everywhere, it is not something that you just appreciate it in the class and then, no. Try to find ways where you can also enter in that club of seeing God everywhere. Join the club, Bhakti club. That's what we want to join. Seeing God everywhere. Seeing everybody's doing. Someone asked Prabhupada in the lecture, Swamiji, have you seen God? Prabhupada said, you have also seen God. The only difference is you don't recognize. The sun is coming into a room. That is God. Those who acknowledge and understand, they offer water to the sun. Bow down to the sun. And realize this is Surya Narayan, light of the sun and the moon. So bhakti is not blind faith. Andhavishwas nathi bhakti. It is not cultural routine. Baap dada karyu છે એટલે આપણે કરવું પડે. No. That because my grandfather did it, my father did it, so we must do it. No, you engage the heart. It's a loving exchange. The Bhagavad Gita is a love letter to the soul. Read it not for memorizing, just for the sake of memorizing and then reciting it ritualistically. Yes, when we're children, we should memorize it. But then later on, you just don't rattle it off and not understand what Krishna is saying. Imagine memorizing a love letter, but you don't understand the words. You're missing the big part of what's going on. You see. So it's not a cultural routine. It is not forced tradition. This is something that has to be awakened again and again, generation after generation. Each generation has to rediscover the Bhagavad Gita and translate it to that modern language so that they can relate to it in the terms of what we're saying right now. Otherwise, we can lose it into hollow ritualism. Bhakti is the science of awakening the heart. Self-realization. Atma Sakshatkar. The science of self-realization. Science means that we apply the theory and you see something work practically. Atma Sakshatkar nu Vigyan. Vaigyanik che. Andhavishwas nathi. This is scientific, it is not blind faith. So Bhakti says what? Bhakti says that you are a spark of Krishna. Your happiness, this thirst that we're feeling in the heart, is seeking happiness. But your happiness lies in reconnecting with Krishna. That is what Bhakti is about. And Bhakti is not about rejecting life. ભક્તિનો અર્થ નહીં કે આપણે જે કરી રહ્યા છે ઊંચું મૂકીને બીજું આપણે જંગલમાં જતા રહીએ. It's not we leave everything, go into the jungle and forest. No. In fact, Arjuna wanted to do that. If you remember, if you read Bhagavad Gita in the beginning, Arjuna says, Bhaksham api haloke, hatvartha kamams guru neheva, bhunjiya bhogan rudira pradigdhan. That what is the point of fighting like this, all there will be blood on my hands. Better I give it up, I go in the forest and I live by begging. Krishna says, no, that is not the solution. You stay where you are because you have to finish your duty. You're a householder, you're a career person. You cannot run away from the duty that maintains social sanity. You see, samsarma rehu pade. We have to live in the world because we are in the world. We have to live in a world to maintain sanity. If we prematurely uproot ourselves from our dharma that has been given to us, the sane balance gets off. And now we're in a very uncomfortable state. We're pretending to be something we are not. Just like Krishna tells Arjuna, Mithyachara sa uchyate. Mithyachar kehvai. Mithyachar means false behavior. You're pretending. Don't pretend. You stay where you are. You're a businessman, do business. But you add Krishna to your life in a very meaningful, very solid, substantial way. That is bhakti. Now don't say, no, I'm doing business, that is my bhakti. No. That is not bhakti. Doing business is not your bhakti. Some people say that, karma karo phal ki ichha mat rakho. Just do your karma, that is your bhakti. No, that's nonsense. Bhakti means you have to bring Bhagwan in the center of your consciousness. Otherwise, that is not bhakti. The paisano tame durupyog જ કરશો. You will waste that money in a bad way. You'll destroy communities. You have to bring God. You have to bring Krishna in the center. That is bhakti. You add Krishna meaningfully. How can you say phal ki ichha mat rakho? If you're working hard and you're salivating for the money, what is that? You're missing half the point. You see, the main point is you cannot follow that verse of Gita unless you're selfless. That verse makes no sense unless you're truly selfless. Why am I working? The reward for our work is not the thing we get from it. The reward for our work is what we become by doing the work selflessly. The transformation effect it has on me. The reward for me going to the gym is not that I can take the weights and take it home. No. The reward for going to the gym is I get good muscles. That is the reward. My transformation. That is why you do karma. To change your heart, to purify the selfishness that's there. We do the karma with Krishna in the center, then our heart gets purified. That is the reward, not the money that comes from it or what we'll enjoy. That enjoyment goes away very quickly. Only a few years it lasts. મોગો ખાવો હોય પણ દાંત પડી ગયા શું કરવાનું? You want to eat the nice foods and but our teeth have fallen out. Our body is not going to last very long. Very quickly it moves. છોકરા કેટલા જલ્દી મોટા થઈ ગયા છે. આપણે પણ એમને એમ નથી રહેવાના, આપણે મોટા થઈ ગયા છે. Understand? The kids grow very fast. We also grow old very fast. And as we grow older, the time moves even faster. The first 5 years of our life, it seems so long. Someone says, wait 5 minutes. You feel like, what, 5 minutes like forever? As a kid, 5 minutes is a long time. As a grown-up, 5 years is a short time. 5 વર્ષ ક્યાં નીકળ્યા ખબર નથી પડતી. Why? Because when you're 50 years old, so when you're 5 years old, 1 year is 1/5 of your life. When you're 50 years old, 1 year is 1/50th of your life. Time moves very fast. It's a perception. So don't think we have time. Add bhakti now. It's not difficult. How do you add it? Every morning. Please take this seriously. This Mahamantra Hare Krishna is very powerful. There is no substitute for Hare Krishna Mahamantra. It is the mantra given for Kali Yuga. તમે ભલે ગમે તે ભગવાનનો માનતા હો, that's not a problem. પણ હરે કૃષ્ણ મંત્ર તમે અવશ્ય તમારા જીવનમાં લાવો. Doesn't matter what tradition you have in your family, follow them, no problem. But add Hare Krishna mantra to your life, please. So every morning for 5 minutes at least, 5-10 minutes, do mantra meditation. It changes the climate of your day. Just chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Point number 1. Savar and Sanjay, morning, evening. Chant Hare Krishna as much as you can and in the middle of the day. The mantra is so powerful that its effect you may not be able to see or you may be able to see, but just keep chanting, the effect will be there. This is what the soul is thirsting for. Point number 2, turn your work into worship, whether you're working for somebody else as a company, or you're an employee, or you're a business owner, or you're a government worker, or you're a social worker, or you're a student in school. It's all work. Make that a point of worship. How is that possible? How do you do that? Before any major things, a major exam, or major meeting, or major business decision, or career decision, simply say, my Lord Krishna, please guide me. Bring Krishna into your consciousness. This is called International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Bring Krishna into your consciousness. What this does, it brings some clarity without reducing your ambition. Don't reduce ambition to be successful. No, that's not what we're saying. Be big. Go for big business, no problem. Make big money. Go for big career decisions. Do everything big way, no problem. Don't reduce ambition. But make Krishna part of that decision. Bring him into your heart and talk to him about it. Pray to him. You'll get clarity from above. He'll guide your hand in the right way. Even if you make mistakes, he'll help you deal with them. It's no problem. But make Krishna your partner in everything. That's point number 2. Point number 1 was what? Every morning? Chant Hare Krishna. Point number 2? Bring Krishna into your work. Make your work worship. This is how you make work worship. Some people say, my work is my worship. And then just focus on work and forget about God. That is not worship. That is just work. We have to bring God into your consciousness and recognize that we are dependent on him for everything. That is called Krishna consciousness. Bring him into the forefront of your mind, of your heart. Krishna says, Man mana bhava mad bhakto. With your mind, become my devotee. Madhyaji mam namaskuru. Namaskar karo. Bow down to me. In front of a picture of Krishna, in front of a deity of Krishna in the temple, or even in your heart. If nothing is around your heart, in your heart, bow down to Krishna. Mam namaskuru. This is bhakti. Point number 3. In your home, create a spiritual anchor. બધાના ઘરમાં તો નાનું મંદિર તો હોય છે જ. Everyone's home has a little altar or a big altar, it doesn't matter. Make that a very core part of your thought process. Everything you eat, everything you do, offer to Krishna. Make that a part of your home. It's point number 3. See, even a little bit in a corner of a kitchen turns your home into a sanctuary. Your children will grow up in a sacred atmosphere, and your heart will find peace. You find refuge. You find a sense of solace and security because Krishna is there. These simple, small things, they're not small. They will impart to you an inner strength that other people don't have. A resilience that lets you face the world and the ups and downs that are inevitable. આપણા જીવનમાં ઊંચ નીચ થવાની જ છે. જીવન સીધે સીધું જાય એની શક્યતા જ નથી. કોઈનું જીવન સીધે સીધું જતું નથી. Nobody's life goes straight smooth. The ups and downs are inevitable. Some of them are very heavy. But the resilience and strength that comes from properly applied spirituality will help you survive those. Will help you from losing your mind. You'll be the cool-headed person in the room because you have Krishna in your heart. So what are the three things? In the morning, chant. Evening also, chant Hare Krishna. Before sleeping, chant. First thing you wake up, chant Hare Krishna. Not difficult at all. 2, turn your work into worship. Make Krishna your partner. And 3, create a spiritual anchor at home. Prabhupada said that if as a family you come together morning, evening, you chant Hare Krishna, you offer your food to Krishna, you do deity seva in your home or seva of Krishna in the picture form or murti form, and you read Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam with your family every day, then your family life will be very happy. We want happiness. And you do it whether you feel like it or you don't feel like it, doesn't matter, you do it. Sometimes you only turn to God when you're going through very heavy circumstances. Otherwise you forget God. दुख में सुमिरन सब करे, सुख में करे ना कोई, जो सुख में सुमिरन करे तो दुख काहे को होई. When we're going through pain, we remember God all the time. But when things are nice, we forget completely. But when we remember God when things are nice, then there's no question of any misery. See? So, that amazing ambassador of spirituality to the whole world, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. He came to America in 1966, 65, and he gave Krishna consciousness to the whole world. And outside of America, the place he stayed longest when he's traveling in this whole preaching at time, the number one longest place he stayed was, guess which city? Mombasa. Haribol. Srila Prabhupada stayed in Mombasa for a whole month. He didn't stay that long anywhere. He's constantly moving. We are very fortunate to have had his lotus feet touch this sacred sand of Mombasa. Mombasa has become a place of pilgrimage. The devotees who came from America, they didn't come to eat madafu. Madafu was a side treat. They came to see where Prabhupada laid his lotus feet and feel his divine presence. So, we felt it, we all felt it when we were shown. Govinda Prem Prabhu very kindly took us and he glorified Prabhupada in such a beautiful way, reminding us of the immense mercy that Prabhupada came to such insignificant places. You know, Eldoret, Mombasa, Nairobi. And these are not major. A lot of people in the world don't even know these names. I mean, we live here so we know them, but they're not very famous. Prabhupada came here to give his divine mercy. So we should be ambassadors now to live the life that he told us to live. We'll find true happiness. We can never pay him back, but we can pay it forward by being happy in Krishna consciousness. And when people see you happy, they'll ask him, "Hey, why are you smiling so much? Come, I show you. Why are you so happy? Come, I show you." And you give what Prabhupada's given us. And then when you give, it's like a special kind of gold coin. You give one coin to somebody, you have 2 coins. Your own wealth doubles when you share it. That's how bhakti works. You know, Krishna says at the end of the Gita, that there is nobody more dear to me than that devotee who shares his knowledge of Gita to others. And that's not enough. Then he says another verse right after it. In case Arjuna is wondering, yeah, maybe right now you're saying it, maybe future you'll change your mind. He says, no, in the future also there'll never be anybody more dear to me. In other words, that position number one is never changing. It's always been point number one. What is that? The devotee who gives Bhagavad Gita knowledge to others. That devotee is my favorite, Krishna says. And he says it at the end of the Gita when he's concluding everything. So, my dear devotees, my dear friends, please take this message of the Gita very seriously. Don't approach it in a hollow, ritualistic manner, just to check box because our grandfather did it. No. Engage the heart. Find the joy in it. There's something to dance about here. The devotees here are not pretending when they're dancing. They're feeling the joy. Emnem savare uthine kudakud koi na kare 4 vage. 4:30 in the morning, who jumps up and down, put mud on your face? It's not very interesting. It is amazing. Why they're doing it? Because the joy that comes from connecting Krishna is unparalleled. It is categorically different. It crosses borders of language and race and body and family. Nothing. These things don't matter when you're in love. Reconnect with the love of your life, of many lives, which is Krishna. Don't deny your heart this nectar. Don't keep suffering from a deficiency disease of dryness, meaninglessness. Bring meaning and purpose back into your life. It is never too early and never too late to take up Krishna consciousness. Jyarthi uthya tyarthi sawa. From the point you wake up, that's the morning. Doesn't matter when it is. So let's take up with this great enthusiasm. Spirituality is not a burden. It is nourishment. It is oxygen for the soul. Someone told me, Prabhuji, I'll become spiritual when I retire. That's not how it works. Kone khaba retirement aave ke na aave? Who knows when retirement is going to come? See. So I want to thank Gandhi family again and again for your warm hospitality. May your home and all your homes always be filled with peace, with wisdom, with laughter, and with devotion. May all of us tonight take even one small step toward nourishing this deepest thirst in our hearts. May we understand we'll never die. We will not. The body may die. We will not. And may we connect. May Krishna bless you all with clarity, with courage, compassion, and deep inner joy. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki Hare Krishna. So, thank you. I want to take a moment to thank Mother Mansi Ganga Mataji. And she feels very uncomfortable when I do it. My job is to make her more uncomfortable every day. But I have to appreciate, when I was a little kid, you may not know this, I was only 14 years old. I started jumping in the temple. I thought, this is awesome, this temple is so cool. And then she saw me excited. I didn't know anything. I just knew that I needed to come. I had something nice about this temple. I read a little bit, But she kept giving me nice books about Prabhupada. She gave me my first bead bag. And she said, you keep doing this chanting. She would give me cassette tape for Prabhupada's audio. So I learned by her mercy so many things. I still continue learning. Even last night she just gave me some good advice, which I take to my head. It is never ending wisdom. So I'm grateful to her. You're still here giving us your blessing every time we come. You always come and give us your blessings. And even she's still training, so you're still training other young ones under you. I feel very blessed that I was part of your trainees. And I can never repay you, but I'll try my best to assist you in whatever I can and assist all of you. Please feel free if you have any questions to ask here. And if you're shy, you can ask me on WhatsApp. That's also okay. This is what I live for. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. You have my number. The devotees here have my number. But please raise your hand now if you want to participate. Anybody have any comments? It doesn't have to be a question, it be just a comment or a question. In any language, I do 4 languages. I take requests. Hindi, Gujarati, English, Swahili a little bit. We have translators here. Whatever language you want, please go ahead. Yes, Rishit Prabhu. Biju microphone છે ને આપણી પાસે?
અહીંયા મારી
આપો ને તો બધાને સંભળાય.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji, Hari Bol. Prabhuji, at home we mentioned something very interesting which really touched my heart, and maybe you can give a small mention to that. Where in one of the shlokas, Krishna says that do not be attached to your work, to your wife, to your children, to your house, to everything material. And Prabhupada further explains that actually it is the opposite. It is where if you worship Krishna together, that is the real essence, and you enhance that. Please mention also the shloka so we can further read, and if you can just talk maybe 5 minutes on that.
Sure, I'm going to look up the shloka so I can give it exact. So this is chapter 13, verse number 8 through 12. It's a bunch of 4 verses. And what is the long list? It's a list of things that are considered. Krishna says, I declare all these to be knowledge. And besides this, whatever there may be is ignorance. In that list, he has things like, it starts amanitvam, adambitvam, ahimsa, kshantirajamam, acharyopasanam, shaucham. It's like humility, pridelessness, non-violence, tolerance, simplicity, cleanliness, steadiness. These are all, it's a long list. These are the items of knowledge. Anything besides this is not knowledge. That means quite comprehensive. In one of these listed items, Krishna says, detachment from family, children, home, etc. is an item of knowledge. You wonder, what does that mean? What does detachment mean? Does it mean that I don't care for them anymore? Does it mean that I become now emotionally distant? Does it mean that I become indifferent and cold? Unfortunately, some people think that actually. And they misapply spirituality because they didn't understand the point. Because they did not read the purport. Don't skip the purport. I'm going to read the purport. Okay? Now, Srila Prabhupada, he takes each one of these and explains them very nicely. This is a very long purport. But I'll read the part about this detachment. So Prabhupada says, listen carefully. And in this one paragraph, he gives a formula twice. Very simple. As for detachment from children, wife, and home, it is not meant that one should have no feeling for these. They are natural objects of affection. Affection means what? Gujarati માં શું કહેવાય? સ્નેહ, પ્રેમ. સ્નેહથી રાખો, પ્રેમથી રાખો. Affectionately, lovingly, caringly. In fact, when you become Krishna consciousness, you become even more sensitive to their needs. Because now you're not selfish anymore. When we bring our selfishness, then we start arguing, we start being irritated. We don't understand each other because we just want my thing. We fight for control over the resources. We fight for control over how we're going to move with our lives. If nothing, we fight for the remote control. Some control we fight for. But when we are trying to be Krishna conscious, then you become more sensitive, more caring. The Prabhupada said these are natural objects of affection. Then he says, the best process for making the home pleasant is Krishna consciousness. If one is in full Krishna consciousness, he can make his home very happy, because this process of Krishna consciousness is very easy. He doesn't say it's hard, it's very easy. Now he gives the 4 formulas. We discussed this, 4 points. Point number 1. One need only chant, this is how it's written exactly. One need only chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Point number 1. Accept the remnants of food stuff offered to Krishna. Point number 2. Prasad levano. Ajay hai na? I'm just teasing. Now I have the Banish Nashate. Accept remnants of food offered to Krishna. Point number 3. Have some discussion on books like Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. You can note this, by the way, just note the number 13.8, and you'll read the purport, okay? So discussion on books, and 4th, engaging oneself in deity worship at home. You get a murti of ideally Gaura Nitai, because that's Krishna himself. That is very easy to worship. Radha Krishna is included in Gaura Nitai, but Balaram is included in Gaura Nitai. So we get the full picture. Okay? And he says, these 4 things will make one happy. What are the 4 things? Chant Hare Krishna morning, evening. Prasadam. Discuss books. And deity worship. 4 things. These 4 things will make one happy. Then he goes on to continue. He says, one should train the members of the family in this way. The family members can sit down morning and evening and chant together. Second time he says, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. If one can mold his family life in this way to develop Krishna consciousness, following these 4 principles, then there's no need to change from family life to renounced life. Clear? Are we together? 100%. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So let's take it seriously. You see, I'm reading it slowly, so you can see it's not difficult. Gita ma kado agru chhe જ નહીં. બધું સરળ છે, સીધી રીતે બધું આપેલું છે. It's as it is. He's not changed the meaning. He takes Krishna's words as it is. But our problem is we read these things too quickly. ફટાફટ વાંચી જવું હોય છે. No, read. This is how slowly I'm reading it. If you read it slowly, you realize it has so much, and it's not difficult. ઘડે ઘડે વાંચવાનું, યાદ કરવાનું. Repeatedly read it. Remember it. Try to apply it to whatever you can. See Krishna everywhere. Arjuna asked Krishna, Keshu Keshu Tabhaveshu, what are the different ways I can see you? Then Krishna starts speaking so many things. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you for your question. And thank you again for your valuable time and your kind attention. I look forward to seeing all of you again at some point in time in the future. It's inspiring to see all of you. I mean, all of you are listening to me with such attention. It gives me great sense of satisfaction, and it humbles me that I'm able to serve you in some way. It gives meaning to my life, that I'm able to recite these things. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, as part of this Gandhi Parivar, we are so thankful to His Grace Madana-gopāla Prabhuji for coming all the way from the US and giving us such beautiful instructions and making spirituality very, very, very accessible to all of us here. He's made it very simple that we don't have to think, oh, this is a completely different path. As he said, it's only about recognizing the Lord. There's nothing more than that. The path of Bhakti is so simple and so supreme that anyone and everyone can participate in it. And as Krishna said in the Gita, that no matter who you are, even if you're of the lowest nature of a Shudra or any other type of lower class of person, even they can achieve the highest transcendental aim of goal of life. So thank you so much, His Grace Madana-gopāla Prabhuji. Mataji, and all the devotees who have accompanied them for blessing our humble abode with their lotus feet. And yeah, I'm just so happy. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, so we are going to just do a few Narsimha Aarti prayers and then Mahaprasad will go in there, and before we start serving Prasadam. Hare Krishna.
Hare.